To pack a trophy case, you must have a plan to build.
Cole, how you doing?
And as recruiting classes from coast to coast take shape,
Got it.
Wisconsin's plan relies on talent within the state's borders, but also attracts the best from across the country.
We're awfully excited. Appreciate a ton, all right?
Who's next? That all depends on who takes advantage of an opportunity. We'll explain on Inside Signing Day. Hi, everyone. Welcome inside the football offices inside Camp Randall Stadium. I'm Chris Hall for UWBadgers.com, and I want to say good afternoon, but I know it's still good morning. The staff here since about 5 a.m. on what is the biggest day of the offseason, waiting for those national letters of intent to come in from recruits. For the next hour or so, we're going to dive right into not just the players that this program brought in, but how they got them, why they targeted them, and how these players play a bigger role with the football program. So with that in mind, I want to start right away with Director of Recruiting, Andrew Marlatt. Andrew, thanks so much. I know you're very busy, but an exciting day, everything kind of going according to plan, but we were all here so early. Just walk us through what today is like for you. Such an important day, and you finally get to experience it starting today at 6 a.m.
Yeah, a lot of preparation, obviously,
Yeah.
and a lot of teamwork. Our coaches do an amazing job recruiting and building relationships with the recruits and with their families, and all of that made today easy and efficient. All of the work over this past year, and our coaching staff and our recruiting staff got to take all the credit.
So Penniman's comes in at 6:01, and we wait all the way until about 9:20, 9:25, whenever for Garrett Rance. Looking forward to that. A couple of days ago, got a sense that it was going to be Wisconsin, but until it comes in, you just don't know. What's that like for you?
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's some anxiety, if you will,
Yeah.
especially on a few of those recruits that we went head to head with some other schools to get. But all of our guys stayed committed. We got them all in, and we're very happy.
So right now, I know that there are so many elements in place when you're targeting a recruiting class. What does Wisconsin make a priority, and why? When you first sit down to talk about what you're looking for in this upcoming year.
That's a fantastic question, and the first thing that comes to mind is our three-word mantra that we repeat daily around here, and that's smart, tough, dependable. And so those are the things we're looking for. Obviously, there's the tangible things you're looking for: athleticism, height, length,
Right.
speed, change of direction, those things you can see on film. And that's the first thing that excites us about a prospect. But then as we start to dig deeper, we want to get to know that kid, get to know his character, talk to his high school coaches, talk to principals, athletic directors, obviously get to transcript, check the academics, and then get to know the family, get to know that young man's inner circle, if you will. So that's where the smart, tough, dependable come in. And those are those intangibles that take a little more digging, a little bit more harder recruiting effort to get. But that's where our football coaching staff comes in, and they would do a great job of that, just getting to know the recruit as a person and make sure they're a good fit for us here at Wisconsin.
You work all year, and I know that deadlines tend to spur action. The last 3, 5, 7, 10 days, how do things pick up? How do they escalate as you get closer to this morning?
Yeah, our class had, for the most part, come together over the last, about a month ago. We had, for the most part, our class completely put together. There were a few missing pieces that we finished up here in the last 2 or 3 weeks with our running back piece, and we had a DB that we were fortunate to get late as well. So, but I would say for the most part, these last 7 to 10 days, we're just continuing to go out and visit our commits, watch them compete on the basketball floor, do home visits with them. Coach Chris was allowed to do 1 home visit per recruit, and those home visits are huge, where they're
Right.
eating in the family's home, eating the food the mother and father have prepared, and just getting to know the family better. So.
Yeah, I've got that on my list to ask later on, what those visits are actually like. I think there's probably some good stories there. And you mentioned smart, tough, and dependable. Very important terms, but kind of without using those words, how would you characterize this class? You're looking for those traits, but each class kind of has its own identity, its own label. What would you give this one?
Just great people.
Great people?
Great people.
Okay.
And I think, smart will show up on their transcripts, but it's also going to show up on how they play on the field.
Yeah.
They're going to communicate. They're going to be leaders. They're going to be able to take what's taught to them in the classroom by their position coach out onto the practice field, and then most importantly on game day. So we've seen with this group, their intelligence, not only academically, but as football players, we think is outstanding. Toughness, clearly, kids that that play both ways. Many of them, these are athletes that play both sides of
Sure.
the ball in high school, and many of them are athletes that could play both ways here in certain cases. So they're tough kids. We feel they're going to buy into our weight room with Ross Kalaji, our strength coach. You know, you got to be tough. He runs an incredible program, so we think our kids will be a good fit there. And then dependable. They're going to go to class. They're going to show up on time. These are good kids from good families, and that's the fit we're looking for. And very excited about this class. I'd rank them extremely high in those three adjectives.